Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Raptors Brothers and Sisters? Sip checking in. And everyone, not only did the Raptors have a massive meal tonight against the Indiana Pacers with a score of 113 to 119, but also this meal was so good that RJ Barrett and Jakob Poeltl had to get their own side dish. Both of them not only having a 30-piece, but also adding a little something something to really bring home the win and making this win pop even more than it needed to be. In RJ Barrett's case, his stat line for tonight was 39 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And for Jakob Poeltl, his stat line tonight was 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists. Basically, what I'm saying is both of these guys really took the leadership role in this game and did everything in their power to not only show Indiana Pacers that if they mess around and they try to half step, we're going to set their team on fire. But more importantly, they showed the NBA world that the Raptors are better than our record, and on any given night, your team could be the one who is going to get this treatment. So kudos to the Raptors as well as the organization for doing what they did in today's game. And since this is a win, let's not waste any time and get into everything that we saw this game and everything that they did. Now, since this is a win, shout out to the Raptors squad for doing all the little things necessary to get this win. I'm talking driving for the ball, making the extra pass, being a defensive presence, getting offensive defensive rebounds, and the whole 9 yards. Because honestly, I feel like these little things were the X factor that really helped the Raptors leverage their lead, especially throughout the game, and ultimately come away with the win. And I also feel this way because, let's be honest with each other, what is the one thing that any sport team looks for on any given night to optimize their chances of victory? They're looking for basically to take advantage of any mistake that the opponent gives them. And in today's case, not only did Indiana, being the Indiana Pacers, not only did they have a not so great shooting night from 3, but because of this bad shooting night, they seem to forget the other things that play a contribution factor to a basketball game. And fortunately, the Raptors understood that this is something that the Indiana Pacers are leaving on the table and took full advantage of it. And because of that, we were able to once again leverage our lead, especially in the later stages of this game, and ultimately run away with the game. Now granted, Indiana Pacers did try to come back in this game and make it a game, but by that point, the Raptors already had their number and everything was going for the Raptors. And shout out to them, because in the past, the Raptors would try to give up the lead and make silly mistakes such as turnovers in the crunch moments and things of that nature, but that didn't happen today because the Raptors understood how important this game was and how much of a lead we had. So they did everything in their power to make sure that we just got this win one way or another. So shout out to the whole Raptors squad for that. Now, while we're talking about the little things that helped the Raptors win this game, shout out to the Raptors as a whole for their incredible 3-point shooting in this game. Because I'm going to be honest with you all, when I was watching the Raptors shoot those threes in the first and second quarters, especially once those shots went up and were coming down and were automatic from 3, I don't know about you all, but it felt like I was watching a Western action movie. Because every time the Raptors made a 3, it felt like a gunshot was going off. Like, it was like a pew 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 pew. And honestly, it's really ironic that this happened against the Indiana Pacers, because for some reason I always associate the Indiana Pacers with like Indiana Jones movie, because if you know anything about the Indiana Jones movies, they're very unpredictable. And ironically, that's what the Indiana Pacers were like tonight, because as I said before, once their 3-point shooting was off, they just completely gave up on everything else. And that is very unexpected of them, because they didn't really seem like that in the years prior or up to this point, so I'm not sure why they did that in this game. But regardless, the Raptors took advantage of this, and by the time the Indiana Pacers woke up and tried to make this a game, the Raptors already had the momentum in this side and everything was all said and done. Basically, the nail was already in the coffin. So kudos to the Raptors for having an incredible shooting night, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into the next game as well. Finally, shout out to RJ Barrett and Jakob Poeltl for the way they played in this game, because honestly, they just continued where they left off in the Boston Celtics game. Both of them continued to be vocal leaders and did whatever they needed to do to motivate the Raptors to give their best effort in today's game. And as I presented their stats in the beginning of this video, it just speaks for itself, because without, not to say that without those stats we wouldn't have won, but I believe that the stats that they had in this game really had a more impactful weight to it, and it really boosted the confidence of everybody on the Raptors squad, and it just shows how much of an importance both of those players are to the whole organization as a whole. So yeah, overall this game was a very refreshing kind of game, not only because the Raptors got their win after so long, but also it is nice to see that even after the heartbreaks that we faced up to this point, since the time we won on Vince Carter night, it's good to see that we did not let our guard down and we continued to play hard, and we worked for every possession and every point in all of our games. Because quite frankly, in most situations, most teams, when they're in a rebuild phase, they would tend to give up and just not even provide any effort. But that is not the case with the Raptors, because no matter whether we're like the last place or whatever ranking we are in the standings, we're going to continue to work hard and we're going to try our best to win each game. And if that means that at the end of the day we lose more than we win, or we win more than we lose, so be it. As long as we try hard and we give our best effort, I believe that the basketball gods are going to be on our side. So let's see what the Raptors do in the games to come, and let's see how the Raptors continue to improve as the season continues. So with that being said, if you like these types of videos, make sure to give me one of these, smash that subscribe button and hit that bell, and until next time and the next video and the next game, Civ signing out.